Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're doing this beautiful look, except it is not a makeup tutorial. We're chatting, we're talking. This is episode 4. You've been here for a minute, you know how this goes. In this video, I did talk about 4 different topics. I spoke on the manifestations that I had in 2020 and how I'm currently living those manifestations. We also spoke on religion. I kind of caught you up on what's going on with me and where I'm at with that and where I'm going. And the last topic we spoke about is Diary of an OG by Mona Leo. So I will speak no further. Let's get into the video. Guys, we're back at it again. A new video of me doing my makeup and us sitting together talking about different things. Today, I don't really have a topic. I just want to kind of yap. When I was journaling today, I came across a couple things that I really did not pay attention to till now. And I'm about to put y'all in my business. November is a very important month for me, simply because that's when the big things happen. We're talking about life-changing things happen in November for me. I thought I was recording. I guess I'm not recording, so let's start over. I already finished this eye. I'm going to work on the next eye, and then we're just going to pick up where we're at. 2020. I was working a gastrointestinal place. There was a big window. It was a glass window where I could see you from the inside, but you couldn't see me from the outside. Every day, I would ask my manager to go do something by that window, and I would look out and I would say, God, if I could just have $150K, that I would only need $30,000 every month. A year. I would only need $30,000 a year to survive, and I'll be content. That was what I always said. Every single day. I would say, I just need $150,000, God. That's it. By that time, God, if you give me $150,000 and I don't figure out what I want to do with it, like I don't figure out my life, and then I don't deserve anything more, God, I just need you to pull through. I'm telling you that story now because it all makes sense. It'll make sense in a minute. That was my 2020 prayers, right? I'm leaving my 2020 prayer. So now I'm thinking, like, what other things did I pray for that actually came to fruition? When people say the power is in the tongue, the power is in the tongue. In 2020, when I was asking God to give me $150,000 to survive, I did not know how God was going to do that. I was just asking. I was just like, I don't want to work. I just need 5 years to figure something out. And if I don't figure it out, then you can take my blessings away. I just don't want to work. So it made me ask myself, it took me 5 years to get to where I'm at, right? What do I want in the next 5 years? What can I ask God? And what can I put my power, what's in my power to make sure I get there? Y'all already know I want a Porsche so bad. Porsche is waiting on me. I don't even question that. I know it's waiting on me. Sometimes we ask God and we don't do what we need to do. We don't put the fight in to make sure we get what we need to get. What am I doing to make sure I get those things? Everybody always say plan. And it's easy to plan and never fall through. What can I do to make sure I give God something to bless? And that's where it hit me. Everyday habits, small habits. Showing up every single day. Not just asking God to do this for me, but also giving him something to bless. Sometimes I get overwhelmed, like, whoa, how are you going to do this? How is it going to happen? Girl, you don't have a plan. You don't have a plan. I don't have a plan, but I have gifts. God gave me a creative mind, a creative soul, and a very knowledgeable brain. I have no desire to keep that to myself. And if I do my part with the gifts that he gave me, he'll do the rest. So guys, I don't know when this is going to happen, and I don't put timeline on myself, which I've told you guys. We're going to come back and look on this video a couple years from now. Then we're going to talk about it. We're going to for real talk about it, because that's the God I serve. Also, how pretty is that? Shout out to the girls that do like the very dramatic looks, and they look so good on them. Doing eyeliner always scares me. I'm not going to sit here and tell you about the habits that I'm doing on a daily basis to get there. I think it would be kind of selfish and empty promise of me to sit here and tell you this is what I'm going to do, and then I don't do it and I don't fall through. We're just going to have to wait it out and see if I fall through. It might take me a little longer, and it might take a couple of roadblocks, but it does always work out. We'll see. We'll see. Oh, another thing that I've been going through lately is using my voice to speak about the things that genuinely matter to me. That's in friendship, relationships, and everything. A lot of times when I was younger, I did not have a voice. I was told to be quiet, you know, the whole thing. Kids are to be seen and never to speak. And especially if you come from an African household, you already know what that's like. So I realized that I've kind of taken that into my relationship. And the one thing about having a significant other, oh my goodness, they test your patience. They test everything about you. What I've learned to do with him is if he hurt my feelings, not only do I need to talk to him, I need to do it right away. We both need to be able to communicate without getting angry at each other. We need to understand that we're also speaking to our younger selves. So we need to be kinder to each other. I also learned that I don't have to stay. I don't have to hear anything that I don't want to. I can make those decisions. A no is okay. I don't know where you at in your journey of life. If you're still having a hard time being able to advocate for yourself, I would highly suggest by starting off with what you watch on social media. And what I mean by that is, especially on TikTok, so many things show up on your full YP. For instance, sometimes a lot of things are put on our full YP to rage bait us, to make us feel some type of way, especially when it comes to the whole angry black woman. If it was coming from a sister, I feel like I had to stay and listen to it, engage with it. But no, now I don't, because I realize as much as I want to be there for my sister, I can be there for my sisters in different way. But that's no longer good for me, and that no longer serves me. And because nobody's forcing me to stay, nobody's telling me I have to stay quiet, I have the choice to scroll. I have the choice to not read the comments. Even back to my man, when I used to hold things in, it wouldn't hurt him. He don't know how I'm feeling. And then here I am with a nervous system that unease, and I feel some type of way. I can't get no sleep. That man is sleeping great. If you know something is not good for you, you don't have to stay. You can communicate. A no is okay. And the people who genuinely want the best for you and who care for you, which nobody's going to have the best intentions and care for you like God, they're going to want what's best for your immune system too. So recently, I've been learning to just be conscious enough to ask myself, is this good enough for me? Is this going to trigger me? Can I express my feelings and my emotion without attacking the other person? Something that we can come to a mutual understanding and agreement. And I have been exercising that freely. When I tell you the difference it make, oh my goodness, it feels like just being in the air. First of all, it gets rid of that, like the numb, like that feeling in your throat. You know what I'm talking about? You can go to sleep knowing that you spoke up for yourself, and you were able to advocate for yourself in a way where you did not offend the other person. You can scroll knowing that you made the best decision for your mental health and your emotional well-being. If I ever have a daughter, she's going to be able to express herself in all kinds of ways. Yeah, my daughter's going to be able to be like, no, actually, I don't like when you do that because you hurt my feelings. Actually, I don't like when you talk to me like that. I am not your punch bag. Actually, I don't have to entertain this. I don't have to be here for this. And I love that for my daughter. I don't even know who that girl is, but your mama has been going through things so she can train you to be able to say no. And I just love that for the both of us. Okay, not even just for my daughter, but for me too. To be able to train a young, beautiful, black baby girl to be able to say no. But it's kind of sad that I had to wait till I was in my late 20s to be able to do that. Yeah, at least my daughter will learn at a very young age. My sleep has improved for being able to speak up for myself, for being able to say, actually, I don't want to entertain this. I'm not going to do that. So the fact that I'm relearning him in a healthy way and I can be able to teach it to my daughter. Let's talk about spiritual stuff. This is where I'm about to lose a lot of y'all. But I need y'all to hear me out before you just dismiss me, please. Like, I'm begging you to stay, because this might be interesting. I'm going to start off this part by saying that I have a relationship with God. My relationship with God has always been very, 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 very important to me. But I realized that a lot of the decisions that spiritually that I made were to please other people, to feel like I belong, instead of making the decisions that were right for me and questioning the things that I was doing spiritually to see if it aligned with what I felt and what I knew. And I found myself in a very picky place where I was begging people to choose me, to accept me, to love me spiritually, not understanding why I was doing that. Because I just wanted to feel like I belong to a organization or a place. And I realized that even when I did get chosen or I felt like I belong, it was more like it was a goal I need to accomplish. And now it's accomplished, I don't really feel fulfilled. I still feel like an outsider. It's almost like I couldn't be myself. I had to be this Hannah Montana character. And I felt like the people I was around only loved me for who they thought I was and not for who I am. My relationship with God, I'm talking to Him, I'm learning Him, I'm seeing Him. I don't know if y'all knew, but in 2024, I read the Bible, the full Bible, for the first time ever. And I'm currently rereading it. What I've learned is, as you spiritually grow, God reveals different things to you. And now that I'm reading the Bible back, what I thought I knew about God, or who I thought He was from reading the full Bible, I'm seeing different parts of Him. I say that to say, if you're going to try to have a relationship with God, first of all, make sure you're doing it for yourself. And make sure the people who are leading you or giving you the information that they want you to know are giving it to you without a biased side. I say this because whether you are Christian, Catholic, Muslim, I'm not even going to go into all that. Whatever you practice, they have their own Bibles. They have their own books. They have their own understanding of what is and what isn't. Certain things are changed in every religion that you go into. For me, I want you to test the spirit. When you go to God and you talk to Him, ask Him to reveal things to you. You know that feeling in your body, in your soul, or in your stomach that tells you, no, something is off? Listen to it. And when you learn something, don't try to go in with the mindset of, I want to be with this person or I want to be part of this organization. Because you can go into that organization and still feel not accepted. At first, for a long time, I thought it was church hurt. But I realized, really, I never made no decision when it came to spiritual organization on my own. Almost every decision was made for me. And if I did not choose that certain decision, I felt like there was a no. The ones I love, the ones I care about, they will shun me. They will not talk to me. And almost every religion have their own little thing where they do to punish you or to get you back in line. Whatever the case may be. And I've come to the understanding, yes, God don't play. If you're going to mess around, there's definitely punishment. And I understand that. Also, God is love. The way some of the religions are kind of made of, they don't really reflect that. Whoever you are, if you come across this video, make sure that when you come to religion and stuff and making such a huge life decision like that, you're doing it for yourself. You've tested the spirit. You know exactly what you're getting yourself into. And most importantly, read your Bible. A lot of things that I was taught are wrong or not right. I've been going back and then kind of discovering them. Not even discovering them. I've been going back and reading it. There's materials that I was told you cannot touch. There's videos that I was told, don't watch that. It's going to sway you to this, to that. Now that I've kind of taken religion off my back, I can sit back and make decisions that for a very long time I was told is a no. I was told is a wrong decision. I was told that's not good for you to do. The crazy thing is, if you read your Bible, it's almost like you'll do something, and if God don't approve of it, and you pick up your Bible and it'll just be like, He'll straight be like, no. Now that I don't have the fear of displeasing anybody or feeling like I'm going to get punished for speaking my mind or for being myself, and I can actually explore, I'm picking up things and I'm doing things that I'm just like, yeah, I would probably be in trouble for this if I did do this while I was still practicing a certain religion or been in an organization. Because like I said, every organization have their own rules. And I let God tell me no. If I pick up a book out of curiosity and I'm reading it or I'm touching it or whatever the case may be, that same day or the following day, I pick up the Bible and God makes it clear, loud and clear to me, like, I cut it out. I can make that decision based off my relationship that I actually have with them without no organization telling me that's wrong, that's right. And I know eventually I will have to find a home. I don't know if I'm going to go back to where I was before or if I'm going to go somewhere else. But the Bible does say wherever there's more than one, that's where my spirit is at. So I know definitely I need a spiritual home. But right now, I'm enjoying just spending quality time with my father without no restrictions. Exploring the things that I was told are wrong without feeling... Now, I'm not sinning. I want to make that clear. There's a difference between going against what God say just to test him and doing things that you've been trained and taught that are wrong without any scripture backing. Whenever I do stuff like that, God does reveal to me. I will pick up the Bible the following day and he'll be like, all right. And I'll be like, my bad, God, my bad. I meant no harm. And I know to throw it away and I know to let it go. And I love that for me because the crippling of, oh my God, if I do this and so finds out, they're gonna, there's none of that. It's a free world. Back to my point I was trying to make. Learn the scriptures. Enjoy getting to know God on your own time, and make the decision that you're content with, that does have nothing to do with your parents, your friends, your family, or an organization or a church. So then that way, when you go through trials and tribulation, because you're going to get hurt from anywhere you go. We are human. We're going to hurt each other. And we're going to do things that we don't like. That way, wherever you go, you know for sure what you're getting yourself into. And that's what I'm going to teach my kids too. Don't just take the words that me and your dad teach you. You are a spiritual being. Explore for yourself. Make that decision for yourself. I'm not here to tell you that if you don't do what I do, I'm going to be upset with you. I'm not going to love you. I want you to make the decisions that's best for you. And if the decisions that you make is completely different from me and your dad's way of living, and you can tell me why you choose that way, I'm not going to sit here and be like, you're not my kid. You're not my kid. God don't love you. I mean, prayer about this decision. If God says, hey, you need to go back, I will go back. God says, hey, this is where I want you to go, I will go. I'm not one to be like, I'm too prideful, God, I can't go back. If I know I'm in the wrong, I don't mind owning up to my wrong. I don't mind saying, okay, I was wrong, and here's how I was wrong, and here's why I'm coming back. Right now, I'm meeting God. I'm learning God. I'm enjoying my time with God. And it feels so good to have the shackles broken, where it almost feels like if I say a certain word, I'm in trouble. And it doesn't feel like I'm spending quality time with them because somebody told me I have to. Now I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. I'm so grateful that God has given me the opportunity and the chance to meet him this way. Because I know that when I make the decision where to go and how to go about it, it'll be based on me and him. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie, that does excite me. I'm excited to see what I discover, what I learn, where I go, how far I go, and where I land, and why I land there. Talking about spiritual stuff is a very sensitive topic, but that is a big part of me. I don't want to sit here and hide that part of me to please the world. What good is it for me to please the world and lose my soul? Being able to be a disciple and teach the gospels and also still be able to build for myself in this world and make something for myself is something that I struggle with, because then when is it too much? People want to be millionaires and billionaires, all of that. I just want to have my fair share and call it a day. And then I want to share what I have with a community that I built. It's always been my thing. I don't care for the riches. I'm not trying to get on top of anybody. I still have a number that I will be comfortable with. But then if I'm so busy making that number, I have no time to be a disciple. If my day is tomorrow, I have nothing to offer before God. Show me my portion and teach me how to handle my portion, so that now I can please you and be the disciple that you've meant me out to be. For me to be a disciple, I don't feel like I need to have a religion. or be an organization. My human mind thinking and speaking, but if that's what God wants for me and that's what I need to be, I want to make sure that I listen and I hear him instead of making that decision for myself. I know a lot of people are going to be shocked when they see this video and they hear what I just said. I have made my bed and I'm laying in it. And at this point, I've made a decision. I've come to the terms that in the end, I no longer want to please you. I want to please the Lord. And I have to listen to the Lord. And that's what I've been doing. And it's been beautiful. So if you are somebody who know me personally and you know what I'm talking about, surprise. I know that my decision can hurt other people. But because of that is the reason why I've been feeling like this for a very long time. Because I was scared of hurting other people. But now it's time for me to not be scared and listen to what God has to say to me. There's some people I never told, and other people I had no choice but to tell. And other people who heard from other people who had no business telling my business. My love for you has been genuine. Everything about me and our relationship has been genuine. But you never got to meet me. You've met the persona that I put on to feel like I belong to be one with y'all. Oh my goodness, that feels so good saying it out loud and just getting it off my chest. I'm really enjoying this get ready with me's that I've been doing lately, to just be able to yap. Some people pick up a blunt and smoke. I pick up makeup brushes and paint. That's how I kept myself sane in my high school years. Like, before I finish off with the last topic, I need you to stop, go listen to Diary of an OG by Mona Leo, and then come back. Because the things I'm about to talk about will make sense once you hear the song. The first time I heard that song triggered me. It sent me into a spiral. I just sat there and I just cried. She was able to put emotions in words that for a very long time I could not put into words. Congrats to her and Stunna. The wedding was so beautiful. I watched the whole thing. Remember how I told y'all my favorite aunt who said I should have 6 kids? 6 kids is diabolical. I was telling her about my biological side of the family, how things are kind of messed up, and now that I am in a healthy relationship, that eventually he's gonna have to go ask my parents for my hands in marriage, African traditions. I was just confiding in her, telling her, like, I just don't think they deserve anything from this man. And she just told me, they didn't do their job as your parents. If anything, they failed you. And I agree, which was what I was trying to express to her. And I didn't even finish the whole story. She was just like, they failed you. And she said, but now you're the adult. And you have to make their wrongs right. If they still don't want to make their wrongs right, you've done everything that you can in your power to move forward. You cannot carry that to yourself, and you cannot hate them for it. I tried to reach out to both of my parents, and they've always backfired. And I'm so glad that I have a adopted parent who was very active in my life, who gave me the room to go and look for them and try to amend relationships, even though it was never my job to amend those relationships. They're my parents. That's literally their job. But I'm also glad that he was there for me to fall on as a soft spot when it didn't go right. And that's why I'm forever grateful for my adopted side of the family. My adopted dad always tells me, I'm proud of you, because even when it hurts and even when they're not reaching out and you have to do the reaching out, you go in with grace and you come back hurt, but you don't let it stop you. So I'm sitting here talking to my aunt, and she's like, I know you're the oldest and I know you didn't do anything. And me as a mom, I can say that they failed you, but you got to go back and reach out. You got to go back and reach out one more time before you get married. Because now at least you can say, with a soft heart, you'll find it in your heart to do what's right. If anything happens, it doesn't carry into your bloodline. You can literally cleanse your bloodline and change the history of you and your parents. She's like, I know it's hard and it's not your job to reach out, especially around this time. They'll be the one getting a dowry. She said, just do it. She's like, don't do it till you're ready. Just do it. When that song came out, it was just a reminder of how almost everything and anything that has been done, that was done, it was never my fault to begin with, but I've taken on the parentified role of making it my fault. Now, I have forgiven them. I had to forgive them for my own peace. Mentally wise, it didn't make sense to me why they made the decisions that they made. My question for a very long time was like, how as you as mom can you sleep not knowing where your daughter at, especially your oldest daughter? And for my dad, how can you let pride be the reason why you don't have a relationship with any of your kids? My man, you got like 30 kids. And when she said I have to make that decision one more time, I feel like here I am again, having to do something that they should have did, that they should do, that is their job. My siblings can be really, really, really cutthroat mean. Being that I've been in a position where I don't have to work, I don't have to function out of hurt like that. I don't act like that no more. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not saying that I don't be making mistakes or I haven't hurt them, because I definitely have. I've done my part. And I was sitting there and I'm thinking like, dang, I feel so bad whenever I hurt my siblings or I do something even to my parents, my biological parents. It really eats on me. I stay up at night like, dang, I shouldn't have done that. Like, it really hurts my own feelings, because why did I do that for? When I heard that song, I just thought about, if I can feel that way and I can cry about it and I can stay up and think about how that was just so mean of me, even though they hurt me and I've hurt them too, and I want to apologize to make things right, how come they never felt that way to do it for me? And how come I gotta go back and make things right when it was this? I was never the first one to not make it right. Now, if I did make it wrong, like it was my fault, I don't have a problem going back, like saying, hey, sorry, I was wrong. That song is super, 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 super duper important to listen to it at its full context. I don't just think it's just me, the only black girl that feel that way, or the oldest girl that feel that way. I think a lot of us African kids feel that way. Coming before them and saying, you know what, I forgive you. You know what, I'm here not because of the hurt that you've caused. I didn't forget the hurt. But I'm here because I don't want this to carry on my bloodline and the family that I create. So I'm choosing to forgive you is actually a power move. I'm so grateful that there's artists like Mona who's able to take those feelings and emotions and put them in a song with words where you can relate and release. When I heard that song, it triggered me so bad that I couldn't listen to it after. But I went back after a day or two and really sat with the song, figure out why it triggered me, and I came to the realization my aunt was right. I gotta go back and amend those relationships so I can move forward. I feel like I said a lot. I don't know if this video is gonna go well, but I did put you in my business. You can't use something against me that I'm okay with. To be honest with you, it don't bother me that I'm telling you about religion and organization. It don't bother me that I'm telling you about my biological side of the family. It does not bothers me that you know. My thing is, what God bless, no man can take. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell your friends to tell their friends and their friends and their friends that Ada is on YouTube. I can't wait to see how far we grow. Until next time. Mwah. Toodles.